DeleteMe, Incogni, and Aura all promise to protect your privacy, but they all do it a little differently. And choosing the wrong one could leave your personal information exposed while also wasting your money. After months of testing these services, I will highlight the 5 key differences on what these services do cover and which ones might leave some gaps that you can't afford. If you're new to this whole process, you will see that each service lists how many sites they cover. So what is the big deal with data broker site? And what do they actually do? Well, data broker sites are these entities that scrape your information from the internet and then resell it for a profit. And it's all legal. So when any of these services say they remove your publicly available information from these sites, what they're really saying, which might sound confusing at first, is that they'll go in and on your behalf do a takedown request at each of these high-risk sites that have your publicly available information that they're reselling for a profit. And they'll make sure that that site does actually take down your information. So for example, DeleteMe boasts 850 sites that they will remove your personal information from, the biggest number from any of the other services that we tested. Now we get into, is more always better? Let's break it down. For example, if out of all the sites mentioned, only 50 are high risk sites that are actually selling your information for a profit, and the rest of those sites that they operate from are really just database sites that don't do anything traffic wise or with your information other than just house your information, do those removals really matter? DeleteMe and Incogni definitely chase volume. If you want your information deleted from every possible nook and cranny of the internet because of some, let's say, stalking situation, because you want as small of a footprint as possible on the internet, then yes, volume does matter. Aura takes a different path in that it focuses only on providing data broker removal service from those high-risk sites, those sites that sell your information for a profit. And they keep expanding that list as they develop a more precise and strategic approach to their data broker removal services. So here's the takeaway. If you want your information deleted on pure quantity, then yes, DeleteMe and Incogni do deliver. But if you want precise and a strategic approach, then Aura definitely delivers. Each service is leaving some gaps. The question at the end becomes, what gaps are you most comfortable with? Coverage numbers is one thing, but how they go about handling the process is a completely other game. Let's begin with Incogni because they do rely on an AI algorithm the most. So they kind of go fast and furious from as many sites as they can with, again, an AI automated process. The trade-off in this situation is oversight. You are blindly trusting their system to remove your information from all of these sites without knowing if it effectively has been removed or not, because their model prioritizes speed over accuracy. DeleteMe, on the other hand, goes with a completely different approach by giving you a privacy advisor, a human being that takes on and manually approves each request. The goal here is precision and verification. So what could be the issue? Well, a human can catch false matches, it can review things more accurately, and it can review that your information does get removed. The issue is it's a slower process. You get fewer total removals, but the ones that you do get removed are vetted. Or I would say falls somewhere in between because it blends both of the approaches to give you the oversight where you need it and the speed on the high-risk data broker sites so that you can get your information off of these sites as quickly as possible. The other thing to note is that data broker removal service is only one component of its whole identity theft protection sphere. In our testing, Incogni removed my information from 200 sites, DeleteMe from 100 sites, and Aura from 50 sites. Again, quantity over quality. The thing with the AI automation is, because of the lack of oversight, is if I have an alike name to someone else, it'll remove their information and not mine. Let's talk timeline. How fast these services start working for you does does matter. For Aura, for example, it started working within hours, and within a day, it was already submitting data broker removal requests on my behalf. With Incogni, it took about a day or two to actually start seeing those takedown requests being submitted, with DeleteMe coming in dead last and taking about a week before I actually started seeing actionable results. Again, this is where speed matters, especially if you're dealing with doxing or harassing or stalking. You want your information to be removed as quickly as possible from these sites before anything bad happens. Transparency is another situation where it matters. I would say DeleteMe has the cleanest and most transparent dashboard, with you being able to see exactly the timeline and the content of events. Incogni at first, I would say, seems very transparent, and once you dig further, you see how fast and where your information was deleted from, but you can't necessarily see what piece of information was deleted. With Aura, I would say being the least transparent in terms of it just removes your data and it notifies you of that sense, because it has a whole identity theft protection package that it provides. So what does that mean for you? If you want fast and quick results, well, Aura's the one for you. If you want full transparency, full breakdown, you want to see every single detail, then that's DeleteMe. With Incogni landing somewhere in the middle of that. What happens if that information was leaked before it was removed? How is each service going to protect you? This is where I would say the comparison really shifts. Incogni and DeleteMe focus on data broker removal service, and they focus on it heavily. I mean, just that's all that service is. If a broker is missed and your information is exposed, well, your information is exposed. Again, that is where the service ends. That is where Aura is built different. It is a full identity theft protection ecosystem. You have the data broker removal component that is now up to 140 data broker sites, but that isn't where it ends. That is just one piece. You also get 3 credit bureaus monitored, VPN, dark web monitoring, as well as antivirus. You get financial account tracking tools, and my biggest peace of mind personally is the fact that you get $1 million of identity theft protection insurance that can be bumped up to $5 million if you have bigger assets to protect. The identity theft insurance does cover lost wages, legal fees, and other extras. Think of it this way: data broker removal service is like locking your front door. It is a great start at protecting your identity, but that's not all. The real question isn't which service removes your information from more data broker sites. The real question should evolve to what happens when prevention fails. Incogni and DeleteMe don't have the answers, but Aura does. And that's what makes it the best long-term solution for your identity protection. Incogni is the most affordable, with DeleteMe coming in as the most expensive with an annual paid plan, and Aura falling somewhere in the middle. I will mention that DeleteMe does offer a free scan just to entice you and show you all the bells and whistles. The extra cost is definitely the human oversight component, because you do have to have a real person overseeing and you do have a privacy advisor. So to me, that explains the premium price. Just a quick recap: Incogni works on just sheer volume, trying to reduce your internet footprint to the smallest amount possible. DeleteMe is for those that want that human touch and approach to having their information scrubbed from the internet, so it does offer peace of mind. And Aura is that service for those of you that want a more robust approach to identity theft protection. It's just a bigger ecosystem, and it offers much more than just data broker removal service. All 3 services, I would say, have their place depending on what you want them to do, but Aura is the only one that goes beyond the data broker removal service and protects you in other ways by monitoring your credit, by monitoring your information on the dark web, and by offering you insurance if the worst was to happen. To me, that's just a no-brainer. If you're ready to get started, check out the description below for an exclusive discount link to start protecting your identity. It's at no cost to you, and it supports the channel, which I always appreciate. Stay safe out there. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.